Today, we delve into the bizarre and mesmerizing world of Godzilla and Kong in the film New Empire. This movie is filled with terrifying giant monsters, but one titan stands out the most, the brutal and fearsome villain, King. This new addition to the Godzilla and Kong series has quickly become one of the most talked about characters since the movie's release. But who is this mysterious King, and what has turned him into such a ruthless ruler? With unmatched power and limitless cruelty, King is not just a formidable opponent, but also a symbol of destruction. The bloody battles and dramatic confrontations between the titans keep the audience glued to the screen. King, with his commanding presence and superior strength, has caused a sensation among fans. But before we dive into the debate of who will win, hit the subscribe button. It helps us a lot, thank you. And don't forget to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. A formidable enemy, but is he really as powerful as the rumors suggested before the movie's release? King, with his frightening scars, is not an adversary to be underestimated. With a long, powerful body, super speed, and the bone whiplash attack, he stands out among the giant apes and easily dominates the Kong civilization. His terrifying demeanor alone is enough to instill fear in any foe. But it's not just his frightening appearance. King's backstory, according to the film's lore, makes him even more fearsome. King is not only a ruthless ruler, but also a symbol of destruction and unparalleled power. The bloody battles and dramatic confrontations between the titans are unforgettable. Skar King is a legendary creature from the depths of the Hollow Earth, a realm filled with ancient and powerful monsters imprisoned by Godzilla during the Great Titan War. He is known as the ruler of an underground domain, hidden from human eyes. Skar King commands a legion of loyal followers who carry out his every command without hesitation. Although he stands over 318 feet tall, Skar King surpasses both Godzilla and Kong. This behemoth possesses a devastating arsenal and special abilities that make him an unstoppable force of nature. With incredible agility, Skar King can maneuver across lands, creating chaos and terror wherever he goes. His footsteps shake the ground, and his roar echoes through the caverns, causing all creatures to tremble in fear. Skar King is not only a powerful creature, but also a symbol of absolute destruction and power. The battlefield is a place where Kong can only dream of ruling, even when facing the king of monsters. But it's not just his physical strength. Kong's superior intelligence allows him to strategize and execute well-thought-out attacks. As the mastermind of the great apes, Kong doesn't rely solely on brute strength, but also uses his intellect to gain the upper hand. With his sharp intelligence, he is one of the few creatures capable of effectively wielding weapons. One of his formidable weapons is the bone whip, made from the spine of a war bat. This weapon gives Kong an immediate advantage in long-range battles, with the ability to strike from distances up to 800 feet. The combination of strength and intellect makes Kong an unbeatable warrior, a formidable enemy on the battlefield. His movements are not just the presence of a powerful creature, but also a symbol of wisdom and strategy, making every opponent wary and respectful. He not only disarms and slashes his enemies into submission, but can also strangle Kong while smiling at his foe's demise. But it's not just whiplash that makes Skar powerful. His army is also a significant part of his strength. As an alpha titan, Skar has the ability to rally lower titans and use them as combat tools against his enemies. With the power of numbers, he can overwhelm anyone who stands in his way. This becomes even more evident when the Kongs decide to side with him, ensuring the masses align and are granted specific benefits in return. Skar is not just a formidable warrior, but also a brilliant strategist, knowing how to leverage all resources to achieve his goals. The combination of personal strength and a loyal army has turned him into an unstoppable force. His movements symbolize not only the presence of a powerful creature, but also wisdom and strategy, making every opponent wary and respectful. Skar fights with both muscle and intellect, turning each battle into a dramatic and intense spectacle. Skar doesn't stop at weapons and armies. He also has Shimo, a colossal frost titan under his control. Shimo has the power to engulf the earth in a primordial ice age. Skar commands her through a crystal at the end of his whip, a shard of Shimo linked telepathically to the frost titan. This means Skar can inflict such pain that Shimo has no choice but to bend to his will. Shimo's power is used against Skar's enemies, creating an unstoppable force. With the ability to block the sun and alter the climate, Shimo becomes a weapon of mass destruction in Skar's hands. The combination of personal strength, a loyal army, and a giant frost titan makes Skar an unbeatable force. His presence alone is formidable, and Shimo's terrifying power can block the sun and turn dawn into eternal night. Her strength not only threatens his enemies, but also has the potential to transform the world into a cold, deadly place. This battle has transcended into a confrontation between life and death, light and darkness. Creating a new ice age and the ability to freeze fighting titans instantly, Skar and his apes have earned the title of world-ending threats. Not only does he possess immense power, but he is also incredibly resilient, able to withstand several blasts from Godzilla's evolutionary spiral ray, and even punches from Kong's bionically enhanced beast gloves. While on paper, Skar seems like a formidable foe, in reality, he has weaknesses that prevent him from matching other villains like Mechagodzilla or the three-headed demon. In critical moments, when the battle reaches its peak, Skar proves his unparalleled strength, not only by creating a deadly ice age, but also by affecting the environment around him. However, despite his immense power, Skar is not immune to inherent weaknesses, making him a double-edged sword. His attacks, though powerful, leave dangerous openings that can be exploited. Can Skar overcome his weaknesses and stand firm in battle against other ruthless foes? Or will he fall under the combined might of his enemies? Subscribe to our channel. It helps us a lot and ensures you get amazing videos every day. You are awesome. Thank you so much. While agile, Skar is not the strongest among the great ice creatures. He is lean, aged, and smaller than Kong, making him vulnerable to powerful attacks and often reliant on Shimo to save him. Many times, Shimo faces dangerous situations to protect him from being completely defeated. Without the Whiplash Whip, Skar becomes nearly helpless, especially when the crystal on the whip is destroyed, causing him to lose control over Shimo. Without control over Shimo, Skar becomes powerless, tossed around as if he has no value. However, this does not mean he lacks ruthlessness. In fact, his cruelty helps mask critical weaknesses. Without the whip in hand, Skar shows vulnerability, but his strength lies not only in physical power, but also in relentless determination and ruthless tactics. When the battle reaches its peak, enemies realize that Skar is not just a ruler by strength, but also by psychological and strategic prowess. Will the destruction of the crystal mark a dramatic turning point, or will Skar find new ways to exploit and continue his reign of terror? His weapons are the only thing that make him formidable, not absolute physical strength. However, these weapons can turn against him. In a dramatic moment, Shimo uses her power to freeze Skar, and Kong doesn't hesitate to shatter him into thousands of pieces. This scene simultaneously frees the Frost Titan from her oppressor's captivity, and the world is rid of the toxic presence of the Red Conqueror. Considering his strengths and weaknesses, the fear of the world-ending threat we dreaded has become a reality. Although Skar is not the strongest Titan, his ruthlessness and strategy place him among the most fearsome villains of the monsterverse. He may not match the power of monsters like Mechagodzilla or the three-headed demon, but his brutality adds to the harshness of the battle. The final showdown reaches its climax as Skar, covered in thick ice and disintegrating under Kong's blows, still tries to inflict pain on his opponent in his last moments. But ultimately, justice sides with Shimo and Kong as the world witnesses his shards scattering. This battle is not just a clash between ice and power, but an endless struggle between good and evil, between brutality and courage. Mecha Godzilla has superior durability, and Ghidorah possesses overwhelming strength, but this character is considered the most intelligent and vicious. He is driven not only by fierce hatred, but turns that into a dangerous weapon. Although not the strongest, he remains a fearsome opponent. Sometimes all it takes is a formidable adversary to push our alpha titans to their limits. This character leaves a strong impression with the drama and horror he brings, making him a truly deserving villain. His fearfulness lies not only in his strength, but also in his limitless brutality, authoritarian rule, and iron fist. He delights in witnessing the suffering of his subjects, cruelly mistreating them. Every time he appears, the atmosphere is filled with tension and horror, vividly portraying the essence of a perfect villain. Although he doesn't possess gravity beams, metal-plated armor, or 6 powerful arms, his ruthless style sets him apart. He and his army create an intense atmosphere, even making Godzilla wary of the danger they bring. His horrifying scars are not just battle marks, but symbols of a tumultuous and mysterious past. What truly captivates is his complex and secretive motives. Unlike many villains driven by a thirst for power or revenge, his goals are shrouded in mystery. Some speculate he intends to conquer the surface world and establish himself as the supreme ruler. His brutality, combined with the mystery of his true motives, makes him a fascinating and terrifying villain. Each appearance is filled with fear and tension, reminiscent of the darkest days of history. While many believe he is merely protecting his territory from invaders like Godzilla and Kong, there are numerous aspects to explore about this character beyond the new empire. This has laid the foundation for delving into the history of the monster universe. The Skar King carries incited the Great Titan War, a story we've heard rumors about for years. I eagerly await this being explored in a television series to truly understand his motivations and delve deeper into this remarkable character. But whatever his intentions, one thing is certain. King Skar is a force of nature far beyond anything our kaiju heroes have faced before. This is the first simian monster Kong has ever faced and the first mammalian villain in the monster universe. With cunning and terrifying cruelty, his intelligence and viciousness make him one of the greatest villains. It's hard to compare this villain's strengths and weaknesses with others because they all have unique qualities. King presents a true challenge that cannot be ignored. What do you think? I know you will have thoughts and feelings about this. Thank you for watching. That's our video for today. We want to hear your opinions. We hope you enjoyed the video. We'll stop here for now. Thank you.